Alright guys, it's us, me, Darrell, and me. Just gonna cut to the chase here and say hi.
Hi.
And
it's fucking raining outside.
You don't know that.
I do actually. I can see out this little hole in the wall.
No, you don't know that because today's Sunday. Oh yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, it was raining Wednesday. Yeah.
Fuck are you?
So yeah, we're just here to share a couple. I forgot I can't move in this chair.
Yeah.
Just want to share a couple.
You bitched last time about sitting in a chair with no back.
Yeah.
We're gonna share a couple reviews, but the thing is that with the apocalypse possibly upon us, we don't know. This might be the only thing that survives.
Yeah. This may be our last podcast.
So we just want to shout out to the people in our lives that mean the most. Tobias Cement.
Yeah.
Varg.
Yeah, Varg. Definitely Varg.
And Nathan Explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Justin, why don't you tell us about a review for a metal album that you wrote on a site called Sorrow Eternal?
Sure. You ever hear of this band Leviathan?
I have. You know why I have?
Why have you?
Because they emailed us.
What?
Tobias emailed us.
Leviathan?
Yeah.
Oh, Tobias. Oh, I thought you meant Cement.
No, not Tobias Cement.
I'm like, what? Tobias Cement is in Leviathan? That's great. See, then I know you're lying because those vocals are nowhere near his. But, yeah, so the album is Beyond the Gates of Imagination Part 1.
I guess that means there's a Part 2.
Oh, yeah. And this actually came out in 2011.
Really?
Supplies. 5-piece band from Germany.
Germany.
And some great death metal guitars. I'm going to say that.
Okay.
However, the vocals were like the shitty hardcore vocals that we all know and love. And that was a real turn off to the album. Like,
you couldn't even get aroused.
If it wasn't for the guitar work, like, it would have just been shut off immediately. But because of the guitar work, I actually somewhat enjoyed it. Like, if you could just look past the vocals and even just, like, wait for the solo parts and whatnot, then it was worth it. Because I'll tell you what, whoever their lead guitarist is ridiculous. Very talented, and the drums too. The drums are really good too. So I thought it was weird. Basically, I mean, throughout the review, I just kind of, mentioned how if they just got a better vocalist, because the growling was not. It was like the screaming. I don't even know. It was not very good. So it's like hit or miss with that. I would say to just check it out if if you're really into guitar work and whatnot. If you like solos, check it out. But
interesting.
But yeah, if you're a vocalist kind of guy, you like
your
death metal.
What band would you compare the vocals to?
Oh, I don't know, any of those bands that fall under the category of hardcore, I guess.
Oh.
I don't listen to that much anymore. I mean, I don't want to say it's August Burns Red, but that's really the only kind of band that I used to listen to, something like that. But it was worse than that. I don't even know.
That's bad.
Yeah, and you could tell they were trying. It's a young band, they're a young group. But I just feel like he needs to work. They could keep him, but he just needs to listen to some more death metal and base it off of that. You know what I mean?
So basically, it's a death metal album with a hardcore vocal.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, because like I said, everything else was detailed work. It was definitely metal music. Musically.
Well, maybe they'll get better from here. Like I said, if they're young, they got time to improve.
Yeah. But So, Darrell, what do you got for us?
Another new band. This is a band from Italy, and it's just fucking. It almost pisses me off how many great bands there are from Italy. But this is a band. They are a female-fronted power metal band called Kalidia. Not chlamydia.
That's what I thought you said at first.
Kalidia or Kalidia, I'm not sure. And they actually have not released this EP yet. It should be out sometime next month, as I am told. But we are on top of this shit.
Yeah.
This is how good we are at our jobs.
For you guys.
We do this for you, because by the time this comes out, you're gonna want it. You're gonna want it bad.
Mm-hmm.
They have all 4 songs on their YouTube and MySpace channels. But the name of the EP is Dance of the Four Winds. And like any good female-fronted band, you need a great female singer. And they have that here. Her name is Nicoletta Rossellini, and she has great range. And what I would like to say about her is that she falls somewhere between Sharon Den Adel of Within Temptation and Annette Olson of Nightwish. Her vocals are very accessible. She doesn't do the operatic stuff,
right,
but she has great range. She sings a lot in like the lower register for a female singer, but she also gets higher up. Not like squealing high, but you know, really great range. And like any power metal album, you need great keyboards. And between the keyboard work on the album, whether it's in solos or just kind of like the synthesizers in the background, and the guitar work on the album, fucking fantastic. I was actually pleasantly surprised with how great this EP was. I listened to a couple clips and I liked it, but I wasn't sure how 4 songs would pan out. And after the first track on the EP was really good, almost to a fault. It's called The Lost Mariner, and I went like, okay, this is probably the really good song, and then the other 3 are going to be like, not so good. But it wasn't like that at all. It was actually, the first song was good, and as I thought it was going to get a little bit less, it just kept getting better. By the end of the album, the last song is a ballad. You know, there's a ballad thing going on there, but it's still good. Definitely check it out.
Ballads are good to mix in.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the whole ballad on an EP thing.
Oh, well,
because if you only have 4 songs to show off, you better give them the best you got. And ballads aren't the best you have.
Yeah, that's true.
But this one, I mean, it worked well in the sense of the EP.
Yeah.
So you should definitely check it out. Kalidia, Dance of the 4 Winds. Now, Justin, I know there was another album you wanted to bring up here.
Yep.
While we're waiting for the apocalypse,
yep,
or the Arocalypse, as it were.
Cyclophonia was the band.
Cyclophonia.
The album was Impact is Imminent. And that came out this year.
Okay.
And you'll have to read my review, Darrell, because I don't know if you've gotten to take a look at it yet. But
I did not.
They are from Norway.
Norway, okay.
And, so I started out saying, like, all the way from the Norwegian black metal scene comes a power metal band.
Really?
Yeah. And these guys are straight up power metal, and they were good. This album was pretty legit. I was thinking that they were just going to be another. It's really hard nowadays for I feel like it's hard for power metal bands to really stand out, but these guys did it. Between their vocals and their guitar work, it was really good. The lead singer, he didn't have like an operatic style vocals, but he did hit it every once in a while. He did go like really high every once in a while, but he kept it lower for the most part.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Right.
I think that's a misconception of power metal. Everyone thinks it all has to be
Yeah. He threw a couple of those, but it was just good epic metal. It was very well written. There wasn't really much orchestration. It didn't lean towards like symphonic at all, but it was just fast-paced, power metal.
Were there keyboards?
There were not much, actually, now that I think about it. It was really, there was some piano. I remember there was some like piano riffs that they included, some solos, but if there were many, it was more just background strings and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it was mainly the guitars that took over. And between that and like the double bass pedals were awesome. Everything was, the recording was great. And just like I said, coming from Norway, kind of threw me off,
Yeah. If you say a Norwegian blank metal band, everyone assumes it's black metal.
Exactly. And so I'm really curious. I'd like to get an interview with them because I'm kind of curious about how their fan base is and what reactions do they get from people in their own country, Well, and how do they fit in compared to so many other, since it's so known for black metal. I mean, I know I'm sure there's other types, but still, I'm just curious if they get any respect or if it's harder for them or, you know what I mean?
Well, let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can set that up.
Yeah, I think that's
Cyclophonia,
really cool.
If you're listening, though I'm sure you're not.
Yeah,
not
yet.
Let's hit me up, dog.
Yeah, hit him up, dog. Yeah.
Up, dog.
So yeah, and I think you should check it out too, dog.
I definitely will. I remember seeing that album at our disposal, and I just never never grabbed it.
But yeah, so I gave him an 8 out of 10, and I would say to definitely take some time if you like power metal, check them out. And then you have one you want to talk about too, right?
And this is one that you need to check out. The name of the band is either Edenian or Edenian. Yeah, One of those pronunciations is right, I'm sure.
Or Edenian.
Or it could be that too. Damn, we covered all the bases.
Yeah.
And they are a death doom band from the Ukraine. Now, I haven't been all that much on the death doom train recently. Kind of been all over the place, but not really there.
Right.
And I stumbled on this mainly because two things. Number one, they are on Solitude Productions as their label and distribution, and I happen to like them. And you just did a band that's on there, which is how I ended up, I don't know, whatever.
Them, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I ended up kind of finding them. And then the album cover, which is kind of the shot of the back of a woman, like in a strapless dress, kind of gothic looking. And I kind of looked at it and went, this looks like it could be cool. I thought it was going to be more gothic metal, but it is straight up death doom. And when I say that, I mean this band could be Draconian Jr. They have the great harsh male vocals. Her voice is fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. They have clean female vocals. Oh, that's great.
Now, the only problem with the album,
What's problem?
one problem.
What's problem?
Problem is, the harsh male vocals are great, the female vocals are great, but there's also some clean male vocals.
Oh, yeah.
And they're a little off key. They don't always fit in. I kind of feel like they could have done without them at all, and wouldn't have been worse for wear. They could have just done them as even spoken words, and it probably would have been
better,
just as good, if not better. So that's really the only problem. But the other thing to mention is that the keyboards in this are fucking great. A lot of synthesizers, like in the background, but a lot of piano. And the piano, I mean, as you know from Draconian and a lot of the other bands that we like in that genre, the piano can make a song, and it really does that. There's an intro called Decadent Blossoms, which is all just piano and synthesizer, and it's just like this a minute and a half little introduction, and then it just goes right into the next song, and it's so good. It's so good. And we don't know what's going on with Draconian. I haven't seen an announcement of a new female singer or anything, so it's kind of one of those things where I feel like we need to fill the space, and this band definitely could do that. I could definitely see this being a band that I really like, and they've only been around for I think 2 years, so a lot of these new bands that we've talked about, this could be the next big thing.
Well, the cool thing about the whole situation of the male clean vocals is that obviously is easy to get rid of. I mean, without doing much to the band, for their next album. I'm sure they got a couple different opinions from people, and hopefully they got a couple opinions like what you think, and maybe they'll drop that and just keep it with growling and female vocals. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I do hope that that's the case.
Yeah, or either that or he gets better.
Well, the other thing is that the clean male vocals there wasn't a lot of them. And I think it was good and bad at the same time. It was good because, if they're not very good, then the more you use them, the worse off you are. But it's bad because I feel like maybe in the right setting of a song, they could have been good. Maybe they just weren't used properly.
Right.
But, I mean, as soon as I hit play on this, it's definitely, there's that whole, and I used it in the review, we talked about this a million times, Beauty and the Beast. And that's really what this album is. This is a perfect example of Beauty and the Beast. Because somehow the harsh male vocal fits in with the beautiful female vocal, and I don't know how, but they work out perfect together. So you should definitely check that out. The name of the album, which I didn't say, is called Winter Shades. So give them a listen. I think, I believe they have their entire album for free on their Bandcamp to listen to. And, you should definitely check it out because it's fucking great. Now, the apocalypse seems to be rolling here, so I just wanted to mention one thing. The news came out that the Lamb of God Deathclock Gojira tour is officially canceled.
Yeah, that's big.
Randy Blythe, I'm going to call him Blythe now because, he's in jail. They doubled his bail on the manslaughter charges, and they don't know when he's going to be out. So they canceled the tour.
Don't they have money in the end? They just bail him out like it's lightweight.
I don't know. I really don't know. He says he makes $200,000 a year.
Wouldn't the band members be like, "Hey guys, let's get our singer"?
No. You know why? And this is the shit that pisses me off about this is that they are taking donations from fans. They're like selling those free Randy Blythe T-shirts and shit, trying to take donations to get him out of jail. You think their fans really have money to be given up to get him out of jail?
Yeah.
And regardless of whether he's in there, justifiably or not, I think that's kind of a shitty way to go about getting out.
Yeah.
But so they doubled his bail to $400,000, tour is canceled. I guess the announcement said that they were going to try and set the dates up for later in the year, for the fall, when this was all resolved. But, and I mean, honestly, as we know, I don't give a shit about Lamb of God.
Right.
I really wanted to see Deathclock and Gojira.
Yeah, I was going to say that kind of ruined it for the rest of them.
So I don't know if maybe Deathclock and Gojira will try to put together like a smaller venue tour. I don't know, but I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, that sucks.
You know why? Because fuck Lamb of God, that's why.
Fuck lemons and what?
Fuck Lemon Hog. But anyway, I guess that's about all the time we have.
Yeah.
Our director, producer.
He's giving us the word.
Yep, he's given us the wrap it up, B.
Yep.
Justin, anything else you needed to alert our friendly fans of?
Just rock you like a hurricane?
Rock you like a hurricane. Oh, Justin. One day.